hello, everyone. Thank you for joining in for this Harley Carnes podcast on the headlines. Please hit the buttons, you know the ones that say like or follow or subscribe. You can hit all three, it's okay. It'll help a lot, and we sure do appreciate you and your support. The government shutdown, it's over for now. I say for now because Democrats are holding up funding for the Department of Homeland Security because they don't like that ICE is doing its job sweeping the country of trespassers. Well, as they pointed out, 96% of the federal budget has now been approved. It's a return of defund the police, this instinct that Democrats seem to have. And once again, I think Democrats are misreading the country. It isn't that people would like to see ICE stop enforcing the law. Most people simply want to see a more gentle hand. Most people would also expect local law enforcement to be there in support of federal law enforcement, since they're all ultimately cut from the same blue cloth, and supposedly they're all dedicated to enforcing the laws that our elected officials put on the books. We don't have to like the laws, by the way. If we don't like them, we can get those same elected officials to change them. If we don't change them, then that's what they have to work with. The actual problem is the Democrats are happy to put federal law enforcers in jeopardy for their own political purposes. They think today's illegal aliens are tomorrow's Democrat voters. Maybe they're right. Maybe they're not. The Super Bowl is this Sunday in San Francisco. Just so you know, and can feel somewhat reassured, there are no known threats, terrorist or otherwise, so far that could be a problem. And no, ICE is not planning to go to the game and kind of disrupt things by rounding up illegals who are there in any capacity. Former Philadelphia Eagles lineman, defensive tackle Kevin Johnson, is dead. He was murdered in Los Angeles. Johnson was 55 and homeless, living in one of Los Angeles' many homeless camps. Police say they think his killing was related to the murders of 3 more people in the same 1300 block of East 120th Street along a flood control channel of the LA River. It appears some kind of turf war may have been going on there, and Johnson wound up in it somehow. It's sad, you know. Every modern NFL player becomes wealthy when they are playing, compared to average American paychecks. Too many of them have managed to lose or somehow squander their golden opportunity for long-term success. They live large, like a bright candle for a while, and wind up living in the shadows of that life after that. Some wind up with CTE, brain damage from collisions, though there's a lot less of that among linemen than running backs, receivers, quarterbacks, linebackers, and safeties who might, collide at high speeds. The ripples of the Epstein files spread widely. The former British ambassador to the U.S., Peter Mandelson, is being investigated now by his Home Office. And there's word that Prince William is furious, and you can bet the king ain't happy either, to learn of photographs in the Epstein files that have Prince Andrew down on all fours. Sometimes you can kind of lose yourself. Parties can be like that. Though I do have to admit in my own life, I've not been afforded that particular kind of party moment. Andrew, come on. Anyway, Epstein was a real piece of work. He used pretty young women, pimped out to him by his girlfriend, as tools to curry favor with wealthy, powerful, generally old men of business, of industry, and, of course, of politics. They came to him and his Lolita Island and other such properties like dogs to fresh meat. And he apparently collected information and inside tips from them, which made him rich and indirectly powerful. Epstein is said to have killed himself when he wound up in prison and when it looked like it might stick. But the mess he left behind is proving to be mind-blowing, and for some, career-ending. Gotta love this. This is the day in 1789, after having sent King George's men packing back to London, that George Washington was elected president, this is the day. There were 69 potential votes in the Electoral College then. He got every single one. They'd have made him king if he wanted it. You may remember that was actually a point of discussion. There is sweet irony in this. Word has come from Mount Vernon, Washington's home, that tucked away for all this time in the basement are 250-year-old bottles with cherries and liquid. First thoughts go to his reputation as a world-class distiller of spirits at the time. He was a whiskey maker. Maybe these were cherry liqueur or cherry-flavored whiskey. We don't know yet. The bottles are in refrigeration and soon will be sent out for analysis. And then we'll know. And speaking of cherries, in Cornwall, England, there had been plans for a cherry festival, a pick-your-own-cherries event. However, there is a saying, to the victors, or in this case the quick, go the spoils of war. This was not war, exactly, and the cherries were not spoiled, but they are gone. Blackbirds got there first. Crows who lived nearby on the medieval grounds of Cotahele, where the festival was planned. Those blackbirds ate all the cherries. The cheeky blackbirds, as they put it, ate all the cherries on 80 trees laden with beautiful fruit. Gone. Yeah, the humans will try again next year. I'll be back tomorrow with more headlines, and I want to thank you for joining in. I hope you'll give us a helping hand because, well, the truth is, only you can, you know? Like, follow, subscribe, spread the word, send some links to friends and such. Thanks again. I'm Harley Carnes. Until next time, do me a favor, if you would, and be happy. Make some good decisions. Fly safe.